Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Dark and Into the Light. Today we're going to be reviewing the Avengers Endgame Black Widow. So let's get started. We're back. Alright, let's take a look at the outside art box. Scarlett Johansson looks good there. I like the almost fray look, right? As if there's some dissolving there. Pretty nice. Hot Toys. Black Widow MS533. Movie masterpiece. Side. Nice little cut there in Black Widow symbol. Warnings. Nice space background. Alright. That's pretty good. So let's go ahead and take off the outside art sleeve. Alright. Pretty nice. See through. So you can get not so much glare there. Right. Back. Side again. Side. Top of the box as it was before. And the bottom of the box. Excellent. Alright, let's go ahead and get her opened up. So again, nice little trick. Shim it. There we go. Avoid getting the bend in the flap. Pull the top. And let's gently slide out our figure. Excellent. Set that off to the side. Looks like a solid piece. All the accessories in one layer. Alright, so let's go and pop off the external sleeve and take a look at what we got. Okay, here we are. Just don't like you getting that noise on camera. So, got 6 hands, batons and a staff, 2 pistols, and probably 2 baton handles that aren't extended. So let's go ahead and just take her out right now, just to show that process. Pretty straightforward, but so we'll make use of our time by just kind of going over these pieces. Her hand looks pretty sharp. All right, glove looks good. And nice seams, looks fairly well. Details on the nails. So set that off to the side. That's the left hand. And their left hand that's grabbing. This one appears to be for pistol, right? Extended index finger. Same glove type on this guy. Holding likely a baton. And then I'm assuming this one is a standard fist. Yep. Nice little fist there. So we'll set those off to the side. Again, opposite hand. Right hand fist. Right hand baton. On this side, we're lacking the gadget there. I don't remember what she had on the back of her hand in the movie. And again, trigger hand. Spare parts in case you break something pulling it apart. off the side. We do have 2 pistols. Let's take one look at that a little bit closer. Nice. No wear and tear. Nothing special about these, but you know, they're accurate. It does look like the clip comes out. You do have a round in the clip, so that's pretty nice. You can pose her loading it, which we may do. Alright, so 2 extended batons. We have a nice grip, and these do not move. That's okay. I prefer them to be solid versus not. So that goes off to the side, and the staff that it forms, which is pretty neat. No, it doesn't come apart. It might. Well, I don't want to force it. I highly doubt that it does, but we can look at the instructions and see. Okay. It's Black Widow herself. Obviously covered in plastic. So I tend to just use a knife, find the tape, and get the tape cut. Pull those gently off. The head usually looks pretty good with, or just pops off pretty easily. Take off some more plastic there. The boots, they can be a little bit of a pain, but the trick is you don't want to cut into the figure, obviously. So it's very gentle. The sharper knife, the better. Okay, excellent. There you go. Suppose I need to sharpen this guy. There we go. Okay, again, the hand. Just so they will slide off on that one. And then, of course, it looks like in order to protect it for long-term shipping and storage, we do have the plastic piece or protector underneath the head scope. So we'll go ahead and pop off her head scope. Comes off pretty easily, and pull that off. Pop that back on. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the base out of here real quick. Alright, so we have a standard Black Widow base. It's pretty thick. Doesn't look like anything can be moved on that, but nice Black Widow symbol. Avengers Endgame. And your standard kind of crotch grabber. Given how much she does acrobatics, it would have been nice to have more of a dynamic stand, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and clear up some of this mess, and then we'll take a look at the body. Alright, let's take a look at the actual body here. Just got the nice baton holder in the back. I like the sculpted hair. You can see it weave here in the back, and then the braid that comes down along her left side. Definitely looks like an advanced nylon Kevlar Avengers suit. And she has her essential wrist pieces. Again, I don't remember what those are. Belt looks to be a little off center, but that's fine. Zipper does not appear that it can zip down, but I do like all the raised portions of the suit, and got the red pieces here. Looking up under the arm, nice seam. Belt buckles, none of which you can manipulate. See, these are our open palms. Her gun holsters, again raised here on the fabric. Definitely has a texture feel to it, which is nice. Obviously, I think over time that can crease like any of the figures. She does not have a separated ankle. And I'm not sure, doesn't feel like it, that really can move. So that's okay. So we'll see how many poses we get in there. Let's take a look at her head sculpt. Looks really, really good. And I think it's not the best representation, but I don't know. I do like this head sculpt. And I like that the hair isn't pressed aside. We'll see what the new Black Widow figure looks like. I haven't decided if I'm going to pick that one up. I do like how the hair comes down, but it may be difficult to move. This one's fairly easy. So anyway, let's exercise some posing rights and see what this assassin spy can do. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so post-posing review. She's actually a bit tight in terms of the hips. Her legs do have quite a bit of movement, but as you can see, they don't ratchet or stay in place, and they not very good for types of poses that you would see Black Widow in. Her torso does move pretty well. What I thought was interesting was during the posing, and I don't know if I did this myself or if it was that way and I didn't notice it, but I noticed the V-neck here to her suit was kind of pulled to the side, and when I lifted the arm, I could actually feel the peg, so I actually had to move the arm and try and re-put it into position, reattach the socket in there, all lethal weaponish and stuff. But was able to successfully get that in there, so no harm, no foul on that. Quite a bit of movement in the elbows, the fists, any of the hands really, they're pretty tight, and when you actually try and put the pistols in her hands, you kind of have to loop the index finger over the trigger and then finagle it into the pistol and the rest of the way in. The batons, the standard batons, were pretty simple to get in. The long bow that it forms is actually quite brittle in the connection point, and when I tried sliding into the super stiff hands, it actually snapped on me, and that's why it's not in the posing video. It's just on the shelf drying with a little bit of super glue. I didn't look at these earlier. These are just the baton handles, and they slide into the back of her little container here on the back, sword holder, whatever you want to call that. So again, like I said earlier, the ankles don't move. Legs were difficult to pose. I love the head sculpt, but it would have been nice if they almost gave us one with a little bit more of a dynamic face to go along with some of those poses. This is very museum-ish, so it's super cool. No complaints. Didn't mention earlier the nice little braid that's coming across the right portion of her skull, and the weave that comes into the back. So yeah, overall super happy with the figure, but there are some limitations in posing, and you can see that when you go and look at the pictures. There's just not a lot of dynamic poses with her lower half of the body. Upper half seems to do pretty well. Shoulders work well, but there's only a port as far as you can get them up, and I think I actually may have popped it out when I was trying to pull the give the pose to pull out the baton. So, but yeah, it's super awesome. Can't wait to see the movie, but hopefully it'll be good. And like I said, I don't know if I'll be picking up the other piece or not, but let's go ahead and set her down and take a look at our notes, make sure that we talked about everything here. There is a cool piece that she can do. Basically the front of her neck, even though it's all solid, you can get pretty good posing by pushing the neck down. So there's quite a bit there. I thought that was a neat thing to have on the figure. Yeah, we talked about how hard the finger pistols are. Our shoulder popped out. And yeah, the broken baton, which sucks, but I don't plan on getting rid of any of these figures. So I did use a different stand. It's just one that I picked up off of Amazon, just to get the different dynamic poses, especially with Captain America. So for a museum pose, I think this stand is fine. but I really wish they would have kind of given her more of a dynamic stand. So, but anyway, I definitely really enjoyed the figure. The posing is going to be great. I can't wait to compare her to my other Black Widow, and potentially a new one with Taskmaster or something. So anyway, remember to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good day.